Hello everyone, I am Anjana Jindal and today I am here with the topic of mathematics of class 3rd. Children, today I will teach you chapter number 8 of our maths book and the topic is division. So children, you know what is division? Yes, division is repeated subtraction. You have already learned in your previous chapter of multiplication that multiplication is a repeated addition of a number, right? So children, division and multiplication are related. They are related to each other. Division is just opposite of multiplication. So division is repeated subtraction and it is shown by the sign obelus. The result of division means the answer which we get after doing division is called the quotient. Now children, let's see how it is a repeated subtraction. Here we have taken an example of 6 divided by 2. See, children, here we have to divide 6 by 2. So we will subtract 2 from 6. Okay. Now let's see how many times 2 can be subtracted from 6. Okay. See, here we have 6 pastries. You can see on your screen, 6 pastries are there. So if I eat 2 pastries out of these 6 pastries, then how many pastries will be left? 4. Yes, it means 6 minus 2 equals to 4. Yes, now how many pastries we have? Now we have 4 pastries. So if I eat 2 more pastries, then how many will be left? 2. Yes, 2 pastries will be left. That is 4 minus 2 equals to 2. Yes. Now we have just 2 pastries. So again, if I eat 2 pastries, then how will be left? How many will be left? 0. Yes, no pastry will be there then. Right? So 2 minus 2 equals to 0. Now we got the answer. 0 means we have subtracted 2 many times from 6 and finally we reached to 0. Okay. See children, as we have subtracted 2 from 6 repeatedly, right? Repeatedly we have subtracted the same number again and again means, right? That's why it is called a repeated subtraction. Now children, see how many times we have subtracted 2. How many times we have subtracted? Just count it. 1, 2, 3. Yes, 3 times we have subtracted 2 from 6. So we can say 6 divided by 2 equals to 3. Yes. Now children, let's see how to solve the questions by repeated subtraction. So here we will take the example 15 divided by 5. So here we have to divide 15 by 5. So we will subtract 5 from 15. Yes. Now let's see how many times it can be subtracted. See, 15 minus 5 gives us 10. Now from this 10 again when we will subtract 5, then it will give us 5. Now again if we subtract 5 from this 5, then it gives us 0. Yes, it will give us 0. So 5 can be subtracted 3 times from 15. Therefore, we can say 15 divided by 5 equals to 3. Let's take one more example. 36 divided by 9. So, we will subtract 9 from 36. Right? Now, let's see how many times it can be subtracted. 36 minus 9 equals to 27. Now, 27 minus 9 equals to 18. 18 minus 9 equals to 9. And 9 minus 9 equals to 0. Yes, so 9 can be subtracted 4 times from 36. Right? Therefore, 36 divided by 9 equals to 4. Yes. So, children, here few more sums are given for your practice. Try these sums and then the concept will be more clear to you. Okay. Now, children, I told you that division and multiplication are related. Yes. So, now let's see how to find out the division facts. So, to find out division facts, we need a multiplication fact. Yes, because we can derive the division facts from multiplication fact only. Okay. Now, let's see. One example I have taken here. See, 12 hats are there. Okay. And we have 3 rows. See, in the column of multiplication fact, 3 rows are given and hats are kept in those rows. Each row has 4 hats, isn't it? Each row has 4 hats. It means we have 3 rows of 4 hats each, or we can say 3 fours are 12 because in all there are 12 hats. So 3 fours are 12, or we can say 3 multiplied by 4 equals to 12. Yes, so it is a multiplication fact. Now let's see how to find out a division fact. See here, these 12 hats we have divided into 3 equal groups. Okay, see 3 groups are there and each group has 4 hats. Right? So, we can say 12 hats divided into 3 equal groups gives 4 hats in each. Isn't it? So, we can say 12 divided by 3 because we are dividing 12 hats into 3 groups. That's why we are saying 12 divided by 3 equals to 4 because each group has 4 hats. So this is a division fact. Okay. Now see another division fact. Now these 12 hats we have divided into 4 equal groups. See, just before that we divided into 3 equal groups and now we are dividing into 4 equal groups. So see, when we are dividing in 4 equal groups, so how many hats are there in each group? Yes, 3 hats. You can see. It's very clearly seen that 3 hats are there in each group. Right? So, 12 hats divided into 4 equal groups gives 3 hats in each. Or we can say 12 divided by 4 because here 12 hats are being divided into 4 equal groups. So, 12 divided by 4 equals to 3. Yes. So, now children, let's see how to solve the questions of finding division facts. Okay. I told you that multiplication facts give division facts, right? So, for division, we use multiplication tables. So, first example we have 15 multiplied by 3 equals to 45. So it is a multiplication fact, right? So 15 and 3 are the factors of 45. You have already learned in your previous chapter of multiplication, no? That these are the factors of 45 in this way? Yes. So now if we divide this 45 by 15, then it will give us 3. And if we divide 45 by 3, then it gives us 15. So these are the division facts which we have derived from a multiplication fact. Now let's take another example. 11 multiplied by 9 equals to 99. Now, if we divide 99 by 11, then it gives us 9. And if we divide 99 by 9, then it will give us 11. Okay. So now, few more questions are there for your practice. When you will try these questions, then this concept will be more clear to you. Okay. Now children, let's solve the sums of division. See children, I told you that for division we use multiplication tables, right? So here is the example. First one is 8 divided by 2. See, if we speak of the table of 2, so where 8 comes in the table of 2? Let's see. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6, and 2 fours are 8. So 2 4 are 8. 2 fours are 8. Means the answer will be 4. Right? And also if we see that 2 into 4, then it will give us 8. So from there also we can derive the multiplication fact or the division fact. We can check like this also. So the answer will be 4. Now next one. 14 divided by 2 equals to 7. Yes, because 2 7 are 14. Now 18 divided by 2. So 2 9s are 18. So 18 divided by 2 equals to 9. Yes. Now next one. 9 divided by 3. We all know 3 3s are 9. So answer will be 3. Yes. So few more sums are there for your practice. You can try these sums. Now children, division has some properties. Okay. So let's see the properties of division. First property is, if we divide any number by 1, means if we divide any number by 1, then the answer is always the number itself. Say for example, if we take a number 18 and we divide 18 by 1, means 18 divided by 1, then always we will get the number itself means equals to 18. The answer will be 18. Okay. Now another property, if we divide 0 by any number, then the answer is always 0. Means if we divide 0 by 18 or any number, I am just taking the example of 18. So if we divide 0 by 18, then answer will always be 0. Now the third one, if we divide any number by the number itself. If we divide any number by the number itself, means 18 divided by 18, then the answer is always 1. It will always be equal to 1. Okay. So these are the properties of division. And now we will use these properties of division in solving the questions given below. Let's see. First one, 5 divided by 1. See, first property is being followed here. The number, when we divide any number by 1, then what the answer we get? The answer is always the number itself, that is 5. So 5 divided by 1 equals to 5. Now 0 divided by 20. Another property, if we divide 0 by any number, then answer is always 0. So 0 divided by 20 is equals to 0. Yes. So these are very interesting sums, no? So now few more sums are given for your practice, and by using these properties you can solve these very easily. And I know you will really have a fun by solving these questions. Okay, so try these. Now children, let's learn about one more method of division, that is long division method. Children, division can be shown in different ways. Okay, so let me tell you about the dividend, divisor and quotient. What are these? Okay, so let's take an example. 18 divided by 9 equals to 2. See children, 2 is the answer which we get after dividing this sum, after doing the division. After dividing 18 by 9, we are getting the answer 2. So this answer which we get after doing division is called a quotient. And the number which is being divided, here 18 is the number which is being divided. So this number is called a dividend. Now the number which is dividing the dividend, that is 9. 9 is dividing the dividend 18, no? Yes. So the number which is dividing the dividend is called a divisor. Okay. See, in other ways also you can see the quotient, the divisor and the dividend. Here also quotient, dividend, divisor. Okay. So this long division method we use for the sums that need more than one step. Okay. Now children, in our upcoming slides, we will learn how to divide a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number. We will also learn how to divide a 3-digit number by 1-digit number, and also how to divide a 4-digit number by a 1-digit number. Now children, let's learn how to divide a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number. Let's see an example. 24 divided by 2. Children, I have shown two methods here to solve this question. We can solve this type of division sums by two methods. First method is the easiest one. Okay, I will teach both the methods. See, 24 divided by 2 means 24 is our dividend, which is a 2-digit number, and 2 is our divisor, which is a 1-digit number. Okay, now let's see how to solve. We shall divide it in two steps. Okay, so in first step, first we will take the number which is at the tens place, that is 2. Here 2 is written at the tens place. So first we will divide this 2 tens by 2. Means 2 divided by 2 will give us 1, because 2 ones are 2, right? And if you remember the property of division, that if we divide a number by the number itself, it always gives the answer 1, right? So 1 we will write at the quotient's place, and 2 we will write just below the number 2, which is at the tens place. Now we will subtract these. Means 2 minus 2, which is equals to 0. Yes. Now let's move to the second step. Now in this we will bring down the number which is at the ones place, that is 4. So we will bring down 4. Now 4 divided by 2. So 2 2s are 4. So 2 we will write at the questions place and 4 we will write just below the number 4 which we have taken down. Now subtract 4 minus 4 which is equals to 0. Yes. So now see children, what the answer we get after dividing this? 12. Yes, 12 is the answer. So it is a quotient. Therefore, 24 divided by 2 equals to 12. Yes children. Now see another method. Now this 24 divided by 2. If we break this 24, then we can say as 2 tens plus 4 ones, isn't it? 24 can be written as 2 tens plus 4 ones. So this 24 divided by 2 can also be written as 2 tens plus 4 ones divided by 2. Now, which is equals to 2 tens divided by 2 plus 4 ones divided by 2. So first we will divide this 2 tens by 2. So we will get the answer 110. Then we will divide this 4 ones by 2. We will get the answer 2 ones. So it can be written as 110 plus 2 ones, which is equals to 10 plus 2, that is 12. Yes. So children, with this method also we get the same answer. Therefore we can say 24 divided by 2 is equals to 12. Now children, let's learn how to divide a 3-digit number by a 1-digit number. See here the example is 690 divided by 3. See 690, our dividend is a 3-digit number and 3, our divisor, is a 1-digit number. Okay, now let's see, and this sum we shall solve in 3 steps. So look at the first step. First we will take the number which is at the hundreds place, that is 6. So 6 divided by 3, we know 3 2s are 6. So 2 we will write at the questions place and 6 we will write just below the number 6 which is at the hundreds place. Now what will we do? We will subtract it. Yes, 6 minus 6, that is 0. Now let's move to second step. Now in this step we will bring down the number which is at the tens place. Here it is 9. So now we will bring 9 down. Now 9 divided by 3. So 3 3s are 9. So 3 we will write at the questions place and 9 we will write just below the number 9 which we have taken down. Now subtract 9 minus 9 equals to 0. Yes. Now let's move to the third step. Now in this third step, we will bring down the number which is at the ones place, that is 0. So we will bring down 0. Now 0 divided by 3. Now children, do you remember the property of division? When we divide 0 by any number, then answer is always 0. Yes. So 0 we will write at the questions place and again 0 we will write just below the number 0 which we have taken down. Okay. Now subtract 0 minus 0 equals to 0 itself. Isn't it? So therefore we can say 690 divided by 3 equals to 230. Okay. Now children, let's learn how to divide a 4-digit number by 1-digit number. See here the example is 4884 divided by 4. So 4884 is our dividend, which is a 4-digit number, and 4 is our divisor, which is 1-digit number. Okay. Now we shall solve it in 4 steps. Okay. Let's see the first step. Here first we will take the number which is at the thousands place, that is 4. So 4 divided by 4, that is 1. When we divide the number with the number itself, we always get a number 1. Okay, we always get 1 as answer. So 1 we will write at the questions place, and 4 we will write just below the number 4, which is at thousands place. Now subtract it. 4 minus 4, that is 0. Yes. Now let's move to the second step. Now we will bring down the number which is at the hundreds place, that is 8. So we will bring down 8. Now 8 divided by 4. We know that 4 twos are 8. So 2 we will write at the questions place, and 8 we will write just below the number 8 which we have taken down. Now subtract 8 minus 8, that is 0. Now let's move to the third step. Now in this step we will bring down the number which is at the tens place. Again it is 8. Okay. So we will bring down this 8 which is at the tens place. Now again 8 divided by 4, that is 2. 4 twos are 8. So 2 we will write at the questions place, and 8 we will write just below the number 8 which we have taken down. Now again we will subtract. So 8 minus 8 equals to 0. Now let's move to the fourth step. In this step, we will bring down the number which is at the ones place, that is 4. So we will bring down 4. Now 4 divided by 4, that is 1. So 1 we will write at the questions place, and 4 we will write just below the number 4 which we have taken down. Yes. And now again we will subtract. So 4 minus 4 equals to 0. Now children, see what the answer we have got. The answer is 1221. Yes, this is our quotient. So therefore 4884 divided by 4 equals to 1221. So now children, I hope you understood how to divide a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number, a 3-digit number by 1-digit number, and a 4-digit number by a 1-digit number. Okay? So children, there are few sums which leave remainder after doing division. So now we will learn the division with remainder. We will also learn how to check the answer. Means after doing division, whether we have done our sum correctly or not, or what the answer we get after doing our division, whether that answer is correct or not, that also we can check. Okay. So we will learn how to check also. So first see how to divide with the sums which leave remainder. Here we have taken one example of 25 divided by 2. See, it is a 2-digit number divided by 1-digit number. 25 is our dividend, 2 is our divisor. So what we will do here, you have already learned that how to divide these sums in long method, right? So see, first we will take the 2 which is at tens place. So we will divide 2 by 2. So answer will be 1, because when we divide a number with the number itself, we always get answer 1. You remember that property, no? Yes. So 1 we will write at the questions place, and 2 we will write just below the number 2 which is at tens place. And what we will do now? We will subtract. Yes. So 2 minus 2, that is 0. Then what will we do? We will bring down the number which is at ones place, that is 5. So we will bring down 5. Now 5 divided by 2. See children, when we'll see the table of 2, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6. See, 6 is greater than 5. So we cannot subtract 6 from 5, because always a smaller number can be subtracted from a greater number, isn't it? Yes. So we cannot go with 2 threes are 6. We'll go with 2 twos are 4. So 2 we will write at the questions place, and 4 we will write just below the number 5 which we have taken down. And now again we will subtract. Yes. So 5 minus 4 equals to 1. Yes. Now see children, here we are left with 1. 1 is remaining here, no? And we cannot divide 1 by 2. Why? Yes, because 1 is smaller than 2. A smaller number cannot be divided by a greater number. Means our dividend must be greater than the divisor. Isn't it? Our dividend must be greater than the divisor. Then only we can do the division. So 1 is remaining here. So what this one is called? Yes, 1 is remainder. It is called remainder because this number is remaining after doing the division. So this is the way how to do division with remainder. Okay. Now let's see how to check the answer. Means whether we have solved this question correctly or not. So we have one formula with which we can check our answer. See, here is the formula. Dividend is equals to divisor multiplied by quotient plus remainder. Yes, when we will put our values in this formula, we can find out. Okay, let's see how to check. See children, after doing this division, what the conclusion we get? See, 25 divided by 2 equals to 12 because 12 is our quotient and remainder 1 because we got 1 as remainder also, no? Yes. Now put the value in the formula. Divisor into quotient plus remainder, which must be equal to dividend. So first we'll put the values in this. So our divisor is 2, our quotient is 12 and our remainder is 1. So 2 into 12 plus 1. When we will multiply 2 with 12, we will get answer 24 and plus 1 remainder we will add here. So 24 plus 1 equals to 25. Now this 25 is equal to our dividend. See, our dividend is 25. It means our answer is correct. Okay. Now we will take one more example in the next slide to make it more clear. Okay. Children, let's take one more example which is of a 3-digit number divided by 1-digit number. See here, 368 is divided by 3. Okay. So here first we will take the number which is at the hundreds place, that is 3. So 3 divided by 3, that is 1. So 1 we will write at the quotients place and 3 we will write just below the number 3 which is at hundreds place. And now we will subtract. So 3 minus 3 equals to 0. Now in next step we will bring down the number which is at tens place, that is 6. Now 6 divided by 3. We all know that 3 twos are 6. So 2 we will write at the quotients place and 6 we will write just below the number 6 which we have taken down. Okay. So now again we will subtract. 6 minus 6, that is 0. Now in next step what will we do? We will bring down the number which is at ones place, that is 8. So we will bring down 8. Now 8 divided by 3. Now see children, 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6 and 3 threes are 9. So now children, we cannot go with 3 threes or 9 because 9 is greater than 8 and always a smaller number can be subtracted from a greater number, right? So 9 cannot be subtracted from 8. So we can take 3 twos are 6. So 2 we will write at the quotients place and 6 we will write just below the number 8 which we have taken down. And now what will we do? Yes, we will subtract. So 8 minus 6, that is 2. Now children, this 2 is remaining, right? So this is the remainder. We will leave it as a remainder. Okay. Now let's see how to check the answer. The conclusion which we get from this division is 368 divided by 3 is equals to 122 and remainder 2. See 122 we got as a quotient and 2 as a remainder. Now we will put the values in the formula. Divisor into quotient plus remainder. Here divisor is 3, quotient is 122 and remainder is 2. So 3 into 122 plus 2. When we will multiply 3 by 122, we will get the answer 366. So 366 plus 2 will give us 368, which is equal to our dividend, right? We have our dividend 368 and the same we have got after putting the values in the given formula, isn't it? So the answer is correct. So children, now I hope you understood how to divide with the long division method or by repeated subtraction, isn't it? Yes, and by using the multiplication tables. All the concepts are clear to you, I think. Now I have one home assignment also for you so that you can practice these methods and ways. Children, here is your home assignment. Children, try these sums yourself. Try to solve these sums without taking help of anyone, okay? When you will try with your own, then all the concepts will be more clear to you, okay? So first try yourself. See, question number 1 is divide and check the answer. Here you have to divide the sum and after that you have to check the answer, as I have already explained, you know, by using the formula. Yes. So A part, 86 divided by 2. B part, 77 divided by 7. C part, 92 divided by 3. D part, 87 divided by 4. Now let's see question number 2. 888 divided by 4. B. 909 divided by 9. C. 660 divided by 3. D. 700 divided by 7. E. 648 divided by 2. F. 8408 divided by 4. G. 6009 divided by 3. H. 5550 divided by 5. I. 6600 divided by 2. J. 9000 divided by 9. K. 8625 divided by 2. L. 4887 divided by 4. M. 3605 divided by 3. N. 6605 divided by 6. And O. 7004 divided by 7. So children, these are the sums. You can try. Okay. I hope you understood and enjoyed the video. Have a good day. Thank you.